What's going on, everybody? So it's the start of September, and that means I get to show off my pickups from the month of August. Now, I had several, and nothing crazy, but several. You saw one of them. I'll show it to you again here. I did a special video on picking up one of the cards. Now, the thing that I think is the theme of my month, and it was a question that I got on the Wednesday Q&A just a couple of days ago from my buddy Billy Ballgame, and he said he asked, how do you determine the order of what you're going to buy next if there are a bunch of cards that you want? And I think it's a fantastic question. It's a question I've asked others. And for me this month, it all came down to opportunity. When there was an opportunity for a card that checked the boxes of something that I've been wanting, then I had to pull the trigger. I have to go for it because it might be a while. Now, that's the thing about when you collect anything that's, kind of scarce and there's not a ton of it. I've said before, I could go on eBay right now and I can find a real nice Carl Yastrzemski at a decent price that I could add to my collection. Because that's so available right now, that's not the card that I'm likely to go out and purchase. Well, I already have one, but you get my point. And so what I do is I kind of sit on the sidelines with a bunch of cards that I want. And when something shows up, then I'll go for it. And you kind of have to do that, because if I'm looking for a card in a low grade, say a 2 or a 3, but I want it to look nice, how many 2s or 3s look nice, right? If I'm looking for a card that's really hard to find, like one of the cards that I picked up this month that I showed, and I'll show again here in a second, is my Blackbeard N19 Allen and Ginter card. The population in PSA is like 22 of those. So when one becomes available, if it's something that you want, you have to be ready to pounce. And because of that, you kind of always have to have some money in reserves ready in case that card shows up. Because what you don't want to have happen is the card show up and you're completely depleted of funds. So that's the theme of this month, is cards that are kind of scarce, and they showed up, and that meant it was time to buy. Let's check out the cards that I picked up from the month of August. All right, my first purchase was a modern baseball card. You guys know I collect Matt Manning, my former student, and this is his first Bowman, 2016 Bowman Chrome. I'm putting together a rainbow, and you can see here there's the purple and the blue, and then there's a blue wave and a green and a gold and an orange and the red I picked up. Now, I've sent it off to PSA so it matched the other slabs, which I know how ridiculous that is, but I did it anyway. Also, here is the interaction for my Blackbeard card that I showed earlier in the month, which here it is. Beautiful image here. This is the big card out of the N19 Allen and Ginter set. I just think that these cards are gorgeous. And there's why I got the 2. Little bit of paper loss on the edge, a little bit of paste on there still. But all in all, the color, the vibrance, the clarity of the card is really, really nice. And I think the 2 is probably a little generous. Probably should have gotten a 1.5 if I'm being honest. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just happy to have one. There's not a ton of them in circulation. So that was a second pickup. Here's a closer look at it here. Again, just look at the colors on that thing. This is a beautiful card. Thrilled to have it. Now, my next purchase was a 1951 Bowman Sammy Baugh for $155 plus shipping and tax. Now, I've been working on a Sammy Baugh run. I had his 1950 and his 1952 small version, but I didn't have the 51. I've been looking for this for a while. Really well centered copy here. Great color, no creases or anything. And this has been a safe search for a while. Now, there is a little bit of wax. Now, the wax I don't mind at all. Remember, these came in packs of 1 and packs of 5. So a lot of them are going to have, well, a third of them will have wax. But the front of it I just think has great eye appeal, and it was exactly what I was looking for. Sammy Baugh, one of the all-time great quarterbacks. And here's a better look at that one. Again, fantastic image and eye appeal on that card. So then the guy I bought the Blackbeard from, he said, I have some others. And we started working on a deal for 4 more. And we kind of went back and forth. And so we ended up striking a deal on 4 more for, you can see there, $350. So what was included in that? Now, this is the Captain Morgan. Now, that's another one of the big cards in the set. This is in a 4.5. Now, Captain Morgan, you probably know from the Rum Company. And it's a really nice copy of the card. This is probably one of the big 3 or 4 cards in the set. And to get one in a 4.5 grade. Again, this card is from 1888. So it's not a new card. And to look like that when it's been around for, 140 years almost. So that I couldn't pass up on. And I thought the price was really fair. Really, really fair. So here's a little bit of a better look at that one. Look at that picture. That's so cool. And then also in this lot was this card. And this one is in a 3. The case is a little beat up. I'll have to work on that. Try to polish it out. But it got a 3, and you say, well, what's the big deal with this one? Well, if you look, that's kind of not focusing for me, but you can see there, it is the number 1 card in the set. And as we all know, in vintage sets, the number 1 card and the last card are always really tough because of rubber bands. So anytime you can find the number 1 card, that is going to be an important one. So I was thrilled to pick that up. So I got the Captain Morgan, and then I got the number 1 card in this set. And it's a pretty nice one in a 3. So then I also got this card, another card from the Pirate set. So I actually picked up several pirate cards this month. And again, you're like, why? Well, because they became available, and they just don't. The set has 50 cards in it. And so anytime you can pick up one, you're picking up 2% of the set. And so I have several of them. So finding the ones I don't have, when they come up, you kind of have to go for them if the price is fair. And once again, the price seemed fair to me. This was in a 4 grade. Again, there aren't a lot of these in 4 grades. Most of these are populations of about 20 to 25. And then I got this one. This one was ungraded and also kind of a kicker in the deal. And it's a little bit beat up. It's probably going to get, I would think it would get maybe a 2, give or take. But then you look on the back, it's number 50. So the reason I went hard for this one is it was the last card in the set. Might even get an authentic, who knows. But it's the last card in the set. So I got the first card in the set, the last card in the set,
the Captain Morgan, and another nice card in a 4, all for $350, which I thought was a really good deal. Who knows what grade these will get, but I don't know. Maybe a 2, 1.5.
So by far, the biggest part of my collection are baseball cards. And I picked up a football card this month. I did pick up a baseball card, but it was a modern baseball card, which is super rare for me to buy one of those. And then several of these 1888 pirate cards. And again, why did I go ahead and spend the money on those this month? Because they were good deals on scarce cards, and it was time to act. Even that Sammy Baugh card, the 1951 Bowman Sammy Baugh that I bought, it's not that that card is rare, but in a grade range that would work for me and also have good eye appeal, that is kind of rare. In fact, I had for about a year, I had a saved eBay search for a 1951 Bowman Sammy Baugh. And it took about a year in order, it wasn't quite a year, maybe 8 or 9 months for the right one to show up. But when it did, I made sure that I went out and got it. So those are my pickups. Now, as is the case each month, this is where I launch and open the submissions for anybody who wants to participate in this month's community show and tell. So as you guys know, I do this long video slideshow of all the pickups from others in the community. And it's really easy to participate, really easy. Down below in the description, I'll have a link. The link will take you to a Google form. It'll ask for your name, it'll ask for what the card is, and it'll give you a spot to upload an image. And from there, it's all done. The rest of it, I will take care of. So please participate. It's super fun. The last 2-3 months in a row, we've had over 100 submissions. I think last month we had something like 110 or so submissions, maybe 115. Let's see if we can break a record again this month. So share your submissions. Let's see what you picked up. Thanks for watching.